Good afternoon, fight fans. Welcome to MMA Uncensored Live. I'm Chris, your host, and we have a special guest for you today. I hope you're ready for this. Bellator Gran Prix champion, Bellator featherweight champion, $1 million in the bank, AJ McKee.
How you doing, bro? Appreciate you.
Good, man. I appreciate you being on.
Oh, man.
What's that around your neck, man? That thing is nice.
This one or this one?
I don't know. Both.
This the family crest piece. It's McKee. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
It's me. It's a big M, Majin Buu M, because we going Super Saiyan. And it's me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? The art represents life. This is my piece that I kind of came up with. It's my family crest. And
it's badass.
Yeah, it's me. It's the McKee piece.
What is that? Something like that cost, AJ? Custom.
Eesh. It was 20K.
20K. Wow, that's awesome. We talked on the phone a few minutes ago. Let's just roll right into it, man. We're going to go into you growing up. We're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about Bellator. We're going to talk about your special submission, the one you have a special name for. We'll call that the McKee team. Let's do it. Let's bring up his wrestling stuff when he was in high school. And let's see, you went to Long Beach Poly Tech and wrestling state champion 2014, 2015. Let's go.
Man, wrestling. I always wanted a state championship, so.
And a new state champion.
That's you. I went deep in your archives for that one.
Bro, that's JC. That's junior college right there. That was when I came back from Notre Dame. I redshirted at Notre Dame, obviously because of grades, so forth. And then, yeah, man, I dropped out of Notre Dame, and I knew what I wanted to do. I knew my calling, so fighting was it. But I always wanted a state championship. My father was the only state champion out of Long Beach Poly. I was supposed to be the second. Some things happened. I got disqualified, so forth. So I just always wanted a state championship ring. And obviously my father being undefeated at Cerritos College, like, man, let me follow in the footsteps. And, you know what I mean? I'll go to Cerritos College. I won a state championship there. He was undefeated there. I think he was like 58-0. I lost one match that year. So I was like, you know what? College wrestling, I'm done with.
There's you and your dad right there. Your dad is fit, man. He's in good shape.
He's a legend. He's a legend. Yeah. He trains with us every day. That's the crazy part, dude. He's still in the gym. He's still trying to fight. I'm like, Dad, just relax. Let me do the fighting and you do the coaching. You know what I mean? So he's in there. He's once a fighter, always a fighter. You know what I mean? We've seen that in Chuck Liddell. We've seen that in every fighter you can think of. You know what I mean? Tito Ortiz, Ranks. Once you're a fighter, you're always a fighter. You always love to fight. You know what I mean? Even past your time, you still want to fight. And that's just the love for the sport. That's love for the art. You know what I mean? It's bigger than, okay, this is MMA. It's, man, I genuinely love this. This is something I've dedicated my life to. You know what I mean? So it's not about the money. It's not about the belts. Like, at the end of the day, some fighters just genuinely love to fight. Like, it's not about the fighting. It's not about the money, So for me, it's always been about fighting, but obviously getting older, this is how I take care of my family and so forth. Like, money's fucking, that's dog. It runs the world. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since day one, I've said it. I'm Floyd Mayweather MMA. So we got to get them Floyd checks. You know what I mean? It's time to change the sport and, man, show them who the best fighter in the world is.
You're damn right. And shoot, man, you just got a nice big check recently. Let's pull up that clip of let's pull up the clip. We're going to pull up a quick promo of you training for your fight at Bellator 263. And then we're going to roll into the fight and all that stuff.
Okay.
This is your training.
You got a fight coming up. The crazy part is I did this camp in Los Angeles. Usually, like, for big fights, I'll take camp somewhere else. Just stay focused and not have to deal with it. But, man.
LA.
All the way.
Look at you go, man. The Mercenary. Whoever picked that nickname, man, great job. That's a badass nickname.
It took us about a week to come up with.
Yeah.
We all sat in a room, and it took us about a week of just coming up with different names. Spider. You're like a spider, though. Anderson Silva's the spider. Like, you know what I mean? It just came up. It was just one thing after another. And then we were like, dude, like, you like guns. You sign the contract. You take people out. You're not going to lose. The Mercenary, dog. Like, you sign up for a job, no matter what condition you're in. You do your job, and you go home. It's a mercenary, man. Like, that's the mindset. That's the mentality, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, whether I'm hurt, whether I broke my hand, whether this happened, whether I'm having emotional issues in life, fighting is it. I'm always going to show up to fight. If I sign that contract, I'm going to show up. And that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's like, whether you're sick or not, you can't take a day off. Like, you know what I mean? If you got a big meeting, that meeting is going to go on with or without you. So in my eyes, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? I don't want this meeting to go past without me. So regardless what condition I'm in, let me show you that I want to be here. Let me show you who I want to be. And that's a people's champ. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I put a show on for the people and only for the people. I do the cash money work. Obviously, that's for my family. But, man, I'm chasing a legacy and accolades and just credentials that people don't have. You know what I mean? But I think I got 18 fights, 13 finishes, 10 in the first round.
18-0, undefeated.
18-0.
Featherweight champ.
Most people don't look at the stats. I'm on the stats. Like, I like stats. How many threes is LeBron, Kobe putting up? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, everybody talks about UFC, Bellator. I don't give a fuck about UFC. I don't give a fuck about Bellator. At the end of the day, I know I'm the baddest man walking the planet at 145 pounds. And in my own personal biased opinion, I'm the best fighter in the world. I got wrestling, I got jiu-jitsu, and I got striking. For people to say Volkanovski is going to whoop my ass, bro, that's like me saying I'm going to beat him in fucking rugby. Get out of here. I've been doing this my whole life, bro. If you can outstrike me, you can't out-wrestle me. And you don't have better jiu-jitsu than me. So it's like, it's hand in hand, man. I understand this is the pinnacle of where the sport has been molded. But when you see someone that's here and they have the possibility and capability to be here, you gotta put some fucking respect on it. Because if not, man, you're going to be in for a rude awakening when the upsets happen.
You're damn right. How many fights do you have left on your Bellator contract? 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's before we get into this, I want to roll into your win because I want to celebrate that a little bit with you. Staff, can you pull up the Bellator his 263 win and the last 2 clips? Here's your knockout. Oh, your submission. First round.
2-on-1.
Ooh. That was tight.
He had about 2 more seconds and he was flat on his face.
Like John Jones versus Machida, you would have dropped him.
That's exactly what it would have looked like.
Right. You remember that one, AJ?
Like,
woo!
Yeah, that's
John Jones, and then dropped him, and he looks down at him like, savage. I'm a big John Jones fan. I don't give a fuck about the bullshit, you know? He's a fighter, man. It's a fight game, you know?
Exactly, and at the end of the day, he's the best. You know what I mean? He's good at what he does, and you got to respect it. You know what I mean?
Same as Mike Tyson back in the day.
Outside of the cage, that's different.
Yeah. That's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson back in the day, AJ. Mike Tyson back in the day, he was always getting in trouble. Prostitute, hookers, cocaine. What?
There's ups and downs. There's ups and downs with life. You know what I mean? You just got to figure out how to weigh them out and how to kind of maneuver through the course. You know what I mean? Sometimes the course it's not a flat path. You got to climb a mountain sometimes.
That's right. And it's a lot of who you surround yourself with.
That as well. You know, you got to have people that are going to take care of you, people that are going to watch you, manage you, and just make sure that you're not off your game. So
yeah, that's a good thing. You and your father, the closeness. I did a lot of research on you, and I saw a lot of that. I don't want to talk too much about it, but that must really be helping you through your career. Your father,
man, he's phenomenal.
Yeah,
my dad, dude, he's crazy. But at the end of the day, he's my father, so I know he has my best interest. He just wants what's best for me. And, man, as any father should, you know what I mean? They just want their offspring to be a better version of them. And, man, that's the goal of life, you know what I mean? Once you have children, I feel like life just kind of changes. You know what I mean? You're not living for yourself anymore. You're living for your offspring, you know? And you want them to not only do better and be better than you, but you want to see them learn from your mistakes. And that's just been kind of something my father's always been key on is learn from your mistakes, even in that win. You know what I mean? With Patricio Pitbull, he's like, yo, check it out. He's like, learn something from that fight. Okay. That it was 2 minutes, great knockout, great finish. But for me, I'm like, okay, what can I learn from that situation? Well, as soon as I kicked him in the head, I thought I finished him with the uppercut, and I celebrated. That fight could have won another 4 rounds because of that. Can't do that. You know what I mean?
We've seen it before. Yeah, we've seen it happen.
Exactly. So that's where it's like, you know what I mean? That was my kind of learning point that I got to focus on for that fight. Like, hey, bro, any other ref, you know what I mean? Luckily, Beltran, he's one of the best refs, you know what I mean? That stoppage was the best stoppage. 2 more seconds, and like we said, it would have been Machida versus John Jones. He would have been on his face. You saw his arm go limp. He stopped it immediate.
Right.
To be able to see that, you know what I mean? It's great reffing, you know? It's great reffing just all together, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to referee Mike Beltran, man. Love that guy.
Man, he's an OG. I've known him since I was a kid as well. That's the thing. I've seen all these faces since I was a child, man. So it's like now me stepping into who I'm becoming. It's they've seen it, they've expected it, but I kind of didn't see it within myself, you know. And now I'm just like, man, I'm kind of embracing it. Like, man, I know I'm that guy, so it's like, man, embrace it and just go be that guy, you know. Whether you're in Bellator, whether you're in UFC, PFL, like at the end of the day, the organizations don't make the fighters make the organization.
That's right.
And that's where I feel like a lot of mixed martial artists and a lot of just fans in general, they kind of forget that, you know what I mean? Because they're either chasing the hype, the fame, not really the legacy, you know? And I feel like that's what kind of sets myself aside from all these other fighters, man. My legacy, my path, like motivation that I have, like the fact everybody says Volkanovski is going to beat me, bruh. You guys, like, I understand he's a world champ, but bro, like I said, that's like me saying I can beat him in fucking rugby. It's not gonna happen.
You're a world champ. You're a world champ.
I'm a world champ that has done this my entire life. This man's not gonna step into my world for a couple years and expect to, you know what I mean, be the best in the world. Yeah, you're the best in the world. But when I say the best in the world, I don't mean the best in your organization. I mean the best in the fucking world. And that's the difference, you know what I mean? Max Holloway, I feel like that's why I've always fought for that fight. That's one of my dream fights. He's an outstanding striker. He gives the fans what he wants, what they want. And he's a people's person, man. That's a real champion to me. That's a real champ. Ortega, I mean, obviously, that's a personal vendetta. He put me in a triangle when I was like 18, but hey, I got to get back, bro. You can't, that's any man, you know what I mean? You get me, I got to get you, like. It's the way the world works. So, man, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm excited to see the direction of the path that I'm going in at the moment, man. I got 3 fights left. Either Bellator, we talk some big money, or I have 3 fights left. But at the end of the day, I just want to fight, man. I don't care about the money. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I fight for a different reason. I fight because I love the
legacy.
fight.
fans, legacy fight,
legacy
addiction.
It's right here. Me.
That's right.
I want to be known. Like I know I'm me. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And I was put here for a reason, man. And if it's not me, it's going to be my little brother who's 4 years old. Like he'll be an 18-year-old world champ. Mark my words. Mason.
What's his name?
McKee. Mason King McKee. We don't have a fight name yet, but hey,
we got time.
His name alone, Mason King McKee.
Woo.
Lets you know that boy's a king, and whatever he wants in life, he can have. You know what I mean?
Like
he's got the platform. He's got the fighting skills. Little dude's 4 years old, throwing arm bars, guillotines, triangles. Like,
wow,
18-year-old world champ. But if he ain't making $100 million, we're not gonna let him do this shit. You know what I mean? At 26, I've had more stitches in my life than my father has ever had. I've had more surgeries than my father has ever had in his entire career. So for us, man, it's the legacy. We love fighting. You know what I mean? I feel our bloodline has just been embedded within this sport. And third generation, man, you can't deny it. Like, I'm second generation in the midst of first and second. So I'm a little ahead of my time, but, man, that third generation.
Woo, watch out.
Watch out. I don't even have nothing to say upon it. Like,
it's coming.
It's coming. That's it.
It's coming.
Time waits on no one.
No, it doesn't. Hey, let's touch on the Brian Ortega thing for the fans. Just go over it real quick. What happened when you were 18?
Okay, so that
real
picture
quick
you showed earlier at wrestling in college, this was prior to going to Notre Dame in Cleveland, Ohio. A buddy of mine, Mario Delgado, we went to train at a UFC gym in Torrance, one of their biggest UFC facilities. And whatever, we're just working out, grappling here. There's a cage here, mat here. And I didn't know who Brian Ortega was at the time. He was up and comer, and my boy's like, bro, it's fucking Brian Ortega, like UFC up and comer, sick ass jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, oh, whatever. He's like, you should go roll with him. Fuck, introduce me and like we'll go roll. You know what I mean? I don't turn, like I said, I don't turn down fades. I don't turn down fights. Like, I show up. And we start grappling, put him in the front headlock. He defended it. Start scrambling. He threw a fucking triangling on me, and I tried to dump and get my arm across this way, and it cinched it up even tighter. I'm like, I try to roll, try to flip. He ended up on top, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I tapped, you know what I mean? And I went up to the UFC gym for 2 weeks in a row looking for him.
Get back.
2 weeks in a row, I was looking for Brian Ortega. I'm like, hey, bro, fuck that. You tapped me. Who are you? I need that get back, bro. So, obviously, a couple years later, I've ran into him a couple times. No, it's not like a beef or anything. Like,
yeah,
choke me out. I got to get that get back, dog. Like, that's all it is, you know. Obviously, him being in the top 5 of the weight class it's more motivation. It's more motivation because I know where my skill set is prior to learning jiu-jitsu, prior to learning stand-up, and just being able to go in there and do that with him while he was on his up-and-coming versus now me being in, I wouldn't say my prime. I mean, kind of prime. You know what I mean? I'm getting into my prime. So, man, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
I've challenged everyone. I've challenged him to a straight jiu-jitsu match because obviously Dana's not going to let us fight.
Maybe at High Rollers BJJ.
All about it.
Absolutely. Big shout out to High Rollers. Big shout out to High Rollers, Matt, Big Lon, the crew, Tyron, all them guys that run it. And a quick announcement, guys. We just became the official sponsor for High Rollers BJJ and the official media outlet for High Rollers. We're flying out to Vegas in a couple weeks. We're going to the military show, and I'm super stoked. It just happened an hour ago, AJ.
Man, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
leveling up. That's what life's all about. You know.
That's it. We've been working with Matt and the crew for a while. Yeah, working and grinding, and here we are.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, and I'm super stoked. We just booked our flights, and we're going to be leaving, and I haven't been to Vegas in a while, so I'm happy. Let's go into this real quick. Can you guys pull up the clip of AJ grabbing the belt from Pitbull? And I got a follow-up question here. Remember this one?
Hey, every moment of it.
That's mine.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
No, he didn't.
Hey, man, things get personal. You talking about my father and so forth. All right, well, let me give you a taste of your medicine. How you feel if I talk about your wife and your kids? I'm going to whoop your ass in front of your wife and your kids. He didn't like that. You know what I mean? Kind of right there, I saw him after he was pissed off. He tried to walk away a little bit, but he wanted to come back for the belt. The only reason why I grabbed the belt is I saw him going for the belt. So I'm like, fuck that. You don't deserve this belt. This belt's mine. And he didn't like that too much. He didn't like that at all.
Here's my question for you. This is a big one here. So Pitbull gave up his lightweight title.
Scared.
Right. Do you have any interest or in a rematch now that he gave up his lightweight title at 145? Do you have any interest in a rematch?
Yeah, I'll whoop his ass again.
Okay. That's one, right? You got two more?
we got yeah, exactly. We got 2 in 1 round, so shit. We could get a third in another round, and then maybe I'll whoop his brother's ass. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'm on a belt hunting spree. Like, I want belts.
Right.
I want that risen belt in Japan, New Year's. I've never been to Japan. I want to go fight there. Why not?
Why not? It's like old pride.
Let's get big stuff moving, man. What else?
What's the Bellator? Let me ask you about the Bellator lightweight title. Do you want to be involved in that process? Has Bellator approached you about fighting for that already?
No, not really. Obviously, Patricio releasing the belt, allowing his brother to fight for the title. He's a Piscacci for that. Piscacci, straight. You know what I mean? He, I don't know. At the end of the day, his Patrici or Patricio, the last name's Pitbull, and it's got a world title behind it. I don't give a shit who it is. Whether it's Patricio, Patrici, his coach, Cejudo, I don't give a fuck who it is.
Henry Cejudo? Did you say Henry Cejudo?
He's retired, right? Hey,
I don't know.
For fighting me. Hey,
man.
Cejudo, $1 million cash money, show up. We got add him to that list.
Henry Cejudo, $1 million. AJ wants to fight.
Hey, look, the address is in my bio. Show up, you win. Like I said, $1 million cash money is yours. Take it. I lose. Fuck, I lose. It's $1 million. That's yours. I win. All I need is the video to post to the fans so they can see. Show them. Organization don't make fighters. Fighters make the organization. Triple C, wow. I'll hand you your first L. Oh, well, technically it's first, but you know what I mean.
Let's
I don't
go.
care about
145.
W's and L's, and I'm handing L's out.
$1 million. That goes out to pretty much anybody at 145. $1 million. Come fight you. You lose. They take the bag. You win. You get the video, and you show it to everybody.
Win.
100. That is the challenge of the year, bro. Nobody's putting up $1 million. You're putting up your own money.
Well, I bought a Cadillac. That's all I bought. You know what I mean? I bought a CTSV. But hey, that's not. It's still $1 million.
Yeah,
it's still $1 million. I got $1 million. Show up, show out. If you got the balls. No one's about that life, bro. If somebody were to challenge me like that, bro, like I said, flight's paid for. I'll show up. Bro. It's beyond the fighting. It's the respect, the recognition. I know who I am. I know where I should be. I know what I'm capable of. And I see what other people are capable of, and they're not capable of what I'm capable of. You're going to have to fucking kill me in that cage. It's kill or be killed. And that's why I take people out. I quoted 4 for 4, all finishes. I ran through the whole tournament, 3 people in less than fucking 5 minutes. No one's going past 3 5s. No one. If you can take what I'm putting out for 3 5 minutes, you're a bad motherfucker. Excuse my language, but you are one bad mofo. And that's just how I feel. Like, man, I'm going to die in that cage. I'm going to leave everything I have in there because I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for my pride, my ego, the legacy. Like, you know what I mean? And at the same time, you have to be able to manage those things. You can't let your ego get in the way of, oh, I just got hit. Fuck, I want to hit him now. Nah, bro. Why did I get hit? What did I get hit with? Let me assess the situation and figure out how to move forward from it and not get hit with that shit again. That's where people, you know what I mean? That's the different mindset of fighters, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's just kind of what sets myself aside from all these other ordinary basic fighters. Like, at the end of the day, like, man, I've done everything you guys have asked for. I'm going to continue to do everything everyone asks for. I'm going to just give you guys great shows. And if you're a doubter, shit, doubt on. I'm going to keep proving you wrong. And you're going to become a fan sooner or later. And if you're not going to be a fan, you're going to be a hater. Because you hate that I'm right. So,
that's
be
right.
Mad.
That's
be
right.
mad. Just talk about me, please. And thank you.
That's right. Real quick, shout out to Game Up Nutrition.
Hey.
Nick and Nate Diaz. High Rollers. Game Up Nutrition.
Yes,
Got
sir.
some CBD here. And shout out to Kill Cliff. They're our energy drink. A little bit of CBD action there. And I got a couple
for Kill Cliff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that collab happened. That's big.
We got 3 different flavors here. We got the Flamin' Joe, the Joe Rogan, and then we got the Izzy over here, and then we got the Goat. We got all these flavors, man. We're rocking. All right, let's roll into a couple more questions, and we'll get you out of here, champ. Because he's going to Tampa. He's going to Tampa.
I'm contemplating, man.
That hangover is going to wear off real quick, and you're going to want to do something.
Hey, look, where's my Pedialyte? I've already started drinking it.
There you go.
Bro,
You know how to
Pedialyte
do it.
saves your life. Whether you're fighting, whether you're hungover, like, that's a sponsor I'm going to probably go for is Pedialyte, honestly. I love Pedialyte. I drink it just because, like, it's good. I like Pedialyte. Like,
We don't need no Gatorade. We want Pedialyte, damn it.
too much sugar, too much salt.
Yeah.
But Pedialyte, I mean, it's got a shit ton of sugar and salt as well, but it's the other vitamins that are in there as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Figure if they're giving it for a baby, like, babies need all the nutrients as they can get. Like, it just 1 + 1,
Mhm.
2 or 3. Like,
Pedialyte, a little bit of cannabis, and you're good to go.
man, you're on
That's right.
cloud 9 at that point.
Absolutely. Let's wrap it up here, bro. I got a couple questions for you. These are from the fans. And then we'll close it out with, saying thank you to people that, have helped you along your journey. First up, Alex Volkanovski, 145-pound champ in UFC. You're the 145-pound champ in Bellator. How do you see that fight going?
He's done in 1.
Done in 1. Henry
If you guys want an
Cejudo.
entertaining fight, done in 2, I'll keep it on the feet. Done in 1, I take him down, choke him the fuck out. He has no jiu-jitsu. You saw that with Ortega. He put him in a triangle and a guillotine, but Ortega I feel like Ortega doesn't have that kill, that last kill, you know what I mean? When he was in that triangle, he should have been lighting his ass up with elbows. Over and over. Whether the choke is tight or not, he's going to respond to the elbows.
Right.
So that's where I tell you it's the different mindset. It's
Right.
You know what I mean? But Volkanovski, done in 1.
Done in
Next.
1. Henry Cejudo, 145. How do you see that one going?
Too small. Fuck, it's gonna look like Pitbull all over.
Less than 2 minutes?
Yeah. Cejudo's a wrestler though. He might be smart and wrestle.
Yeah.
Cejudo might wrestle.
125-pound champion, 135-pound champion, gold medal. He's got a hell of a resume.
Too small though.
Mm.
Met him in person. He's no offense, but he's like, fuck, bro. I got
Yeah, you're 5'10", almost 5'11".
My arm's about there.
Mm-hmm. You're 5'10", almost 5'11", sitting at 145, lean and mean.
He's like 5'5".
I don't know. I mean, I talk to him a lot on Instagram, so I can ask him. I think it's 5'4",
I think
5'5".
he's probably 145 on like soaking wet.
Right.
I'm 145 for an hour and a half.
What are you sitting at right now, AJ? 170?
At the moment, about hello. No, thank you. I walk around probably about, I can touch 185 in shape, training, about 160, 165. You know what I mean? I don't like to go over 165. 20 pounds is
good.
That's me being able to make weight within a month and take a fight on a 4 weeks notice. Easy.
Right.
So I try to stay in shape in within the 20-pound range.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask you a couple questions about some big names. One of the fans wanted to know, one, what did you think about the Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor's last fight? And two, what's the chances of McGregor making a comeback?
He's got to lose all his money and find something to fight for. Dustin versus Conor, man, it's a show. They sell the show at the end of the day.
Yeah,
obviously, Conor's a draw. He's got an entire country behind him on top of our country, which is fucking crazy. He sells the show. You know what I mean? He sells the show. He shows up, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Whether he wins or loses, he's going to talk his shit. Dustin Poirier, I'd like to fight Dustin one day, honestly. He's a great dude, inside, outside of the cage. I like the spotlight he's been put in with McGregor, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, I'm the best 145 and 55er in the world. I'd like to bring Khabib out of retirement one day, but that man's retired. Hey, that would be a bloody fight. That would be a very bloody fight.
Is he really retired? He's talking about he's training every day. His team, Islam, saying he's training every day. He's doing everything that's love.
That's the love for the sport. It's beyond that. You know what I mean? And that's why everybody calls his name. I'm not going to call his name, man. If he steps back, we'll see. Maybe I'll bring him out of retirement. We'll see one day.
How would you see that fight going? How would you see that fight going, AJ? You versus Khabib, 155.
That would be a bloody fucking fight. That would be one of my worst fights. Like, it would be a fucked up fight. That's my dad's – so the way my father has trained me is to beat him. And his style is before Khabib and literally exactly like Khabib, just less jiu-jitsu. It would be a bloody fight, very bloody. And it's not a fight I would want to do, honestly. I don't think it's a fight he would want to do either, but man, that would be like the fight of the century for sure. For sure.
I envisioned a Lawler versus McDonald, Shogun versus Hendo. That's what I envisioned. The blood, the Joe Daddy Stevenson bleeding BJ Penn.
I've never been put in those deep waters yet, you know. I haven't really started throwing elbows, throwing knees. Like, there's another side of myself in that cage that I haven't really opened up. So the day somebody brings that out of me, y'all are going to see a different animal within me. And shit, the day it happens, man, I'm not excited for it. I'm excited for you guys to be able to enjoy the show that's going to happen. But I don't want that. That means I'm fighting for my life at that point.
Yeah.
And it'll happen one day.
You said earlier.
I hope I just continue to knock everybody out and just make it quick and easy. That's what I work my ass off for, is to make it look easy so that people can doubt, people can wonder, how good is McKee? What does he do? You know, every fight I try to come out with something different, whether it's wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking. They don't know what to expect. And shit, man, unpredictability is the key to mixed martial arts, man. It's like a game of chess. And I'm not trying to play checkers.
Hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is AJ McKee. Do you want to talk about your sponsors or anybody particular before we close it out?
Man, of course, all glory goes to the man upstairs. Like, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this position without him. My father as well, Antonio McKee, OG, pioneer, legend. He's first generation, man. He's made me who I am today. So shout out to Pops, man. Antonio McKee, best coach of the year. Best coach in the world, man. Fuck of the year. I've seen anybody and everybody you can think of come in our gym. So, man, shout out to Pops, bro. He's never got the respect or the recognition I feel like he deserves in the sport.
He's going to get it here. He's going to get it on this interview.
If not second generation, third for sure. Y'all can't You can't stop us. When something's in your blood, you can't take it out. So, man, the McKees, we run the MMA world, man. Pops is an OG pioneer. Dude, we got so many young up-and-comers. I'm the old guy in the gym now, bro. It's fucking crazy. I was always the kid in the gym. Now I'm the old guy teaching the young guys shit. Like, it's crazy, bro.
You're young. You're young, AJ.
But I'm not the young one anymore.
Yeah.
What's
your gym? Shout out your gym. What gym do you want them to come to get their $1 million offer? What's the gym?
Team Body Shop. You know what I mean? Team is always first, even though we fight singly. Yeah, man. Like I said, Cejudo, Brian Ortega, Volkanovski, Max Holloway, flights paid for in full. Address in the bio. Go get it. Show up. We record it. Release it to the fans. They say who wins. You win. $1 million cash money. I don't give a fuck about the money. $1 million cash money.
Who is that?
NFL speed in the house. You know what I mean?
We don't know. Straight up.
Straight.
My dog going to the moon like Shiba Inu, baby.
Like Sheba to the moon.
Like Sheba. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ McKee. Thanks, brother. We'll talk soon. I'll see you in Vegas.
Thank you.
God bless you, man. Super fan, man.
Vegas. Hopefully we get Ortega there as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about some things. We got each other's number. We'll keep in touch, brother. Anything you ever need, anything media-wise, hit me up. I got you. Training footage, push one of your fighters, sponsorship, sell your products. Hit me up. I'll help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. We got some big stuff in the work, and it's coming soon, man, to the top.
All right.
Take over.
Shout out to Kill Cliff. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
shout out to Game Up Nutrition. Shout out to the champ.
Game up. It's time to level up. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Level up.
Here we go.